الجزء الثاني من مقابلة الحكم مارك هالسي. أتمنى أن الحلقة الأولى عجبتكم. أعطيناكم بعض الأسرار، سر شو اللي قال له شلفي لما قال فيرجسون دفع لك، وبعض الأسرار اللي صارت. هالمرة الجزء الثاني بناخذ جانب ثاني. شنو هو الجانب الثاني؟ الحكم مارك هالسي مو راضي عن مستوى الحكام في الدوري الإنجليزي، فإحنا أخذنا منه بعض الاقتراحات اللي ممكن تطور جانب التحكيم، وأخذنا الجانب النفسي اللي يصير للحكم. على سبيل المثال، حط نفسك مكان الحكم، تخيل إنه ملعب كامل وإحنا عارفين الدوري الإنجليزي وجمهورهم دائما حيوي ويكون مواكب للحدث، فسألته شلون يتعامل مع صافرات استهجان الجمهور، شلون يتعامل مع السب اللي يصير له، شلون يتعامل مع ضغط اللاعبين. هذا السؤال سألناه. بنفس الوقت قريت قصة لسواريز تكلم أن الحكام بالنهاية بشر، وهالحكام لما يكونون موجودين في أرضية الملعب يستمتعون باللعب اللي يصير. فعلى سبيل المثال احنا مثلا شفنا الحكم مايك دين يحتفل بعض الأهداف، وسألت مارك هالسي وبتشوفون ردة فعله على احتفال مايك دين بالأهداف. بنفس الوقت سألته هل هو يستمتع في المباراة؟ هل هو يستمتع بالأهداف؟ شلون علاقته مع اللاعبين؟ وفي صورة له انه هو مسلم على دروغبا يبتسم معاه، فسألته عن سر هالصورة وجاوب عليها. اكيد احيانا نظرية المؤامرة تكون موجودة ان هالحكم يميل حق فريق معين ومن هالامور هذه، فاحنا سألناه عن الامور هذه علشان تكونون بالصورة وتعرفون شنو اللي قاعد يصير خلف الكواليس، او شنو شعور الحكم، كون احنا نعرف ان الحكم شخص محايد. فسألناه شلون نطور التحكيم، سألناه هل هو يستمتع في المباراة، سألناه عن تعامله مع صافرات استهجان الجمهور وشلون يرد عليهم.
Yeah, Mark. And I would like to ask you about the players. Luis Suarez has said in his book that the referee enjoy the game. They're not like they just referee the game and go. No, they enjoy the moment. They enjoy the atmosphere at the stadium. And when he scored beautiful goals, he said sometimes the referees come to me and say that you scored a great goal.
Yeah, I listen. I remember refereeing him at. I refereed him at Carrow Road. I think Liverpool won 3-0, and he scored a hat-trick that day, and he scored a goal from the halfway line. Always remember that, and I thought, what a goal! And I did say to him, I said, brilliant goal, well, excellent goal. And yeah, I mean, I was on the pitch when Alan Shearer scored that wonderful goal against Everton from about 25, 30 yards. I was right behind it, and I shouted, that's it, that's a goal, and I congratulated him because it was absolute beauty. And listen, I'm a referee. I was a referee. I still am. I do a little bit. And I'm a football fan. I love football, and it's absolutely fantastic to watch. To go and referee these players. But you're absolutely spot on. We're a team. We're the third team on the field of play, and we have to go out and enjoy it. If we go out and enjoy it, and we referee with a smile on our faces, then that transforms over into the players, because they know we're enjoying it. They know they're going to get who they've got today. They know they've got Mark Halsey refereeing today. They know what I'm about, because players and managers study referees as well.
Yeah, it's great to live the atmosphere. I know. I saw Mike Dean. Mike Dean sounds like he celebrates sometimes the goals.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, no, Mike. Well, he's good lad. Good. He's very experienced referee and refereed many games like myself. And the players will trust him, because they know they can trust him, because it's very rarely that you see people like the likes of Mike make a lot too many errors. Yeah. And that's what the players want. You're always going to make little errors on the field of play, whether you get a throw wrong, you get a goal kick corner wrong. You're always going to get those during the game. But it's about not making the key match errors.
Yeah, Mark.
And the better referees don't make as many as those. And when they do, they sort of park them and move on, and you learn from them.
Yeah, of course. And Mark, I would like to ask you about the booing or the players protesting against the referees. Do you think it affects their decisions?
Well, I can only speak for myself, because it did with me, because obviously you've got to be mentally tough and mentally strong and tell them where to get off when they're having a go at you. But I mean, these days now, you get players surrounding referees. The FA charged them, so hopefully we can curb that and rid that of our game. But you're always going to get players sort of not moaning but appealing for things, and that's what it's all about. That's what the game is. They appeal. and the referee is there to adjudicate. The referee is there to agree with them or not agree. He either gives it or he doesn't give it, and that's the beauty of the game. You know, I used to love the banter with the players. It's sort of, you know, and you have to be mentally tough, mentally focused, and as I said before, engage with those players. And players bounce off referees. You know, players will know if they've got a weak referee or they've got a strong referee or they've got a referee that allows them to play and allows the game to flow. Players are not silly.
Yeah, of course. And I like the type you referee the game. I think it's an excellent officiating. And I really hope to see you more in the game, because the way I see your opinions on the newspapers or the programs, you sound like you know every rule and every law in the game. So I really hope to see you more.
Yeah, listen, I think that's a bit of a sore point with me. I'd love to be involved. I mean, I've coached referees around the world. In America, I've been, you know, to Colombia. I've coached referees, and I'd really love to be in you know, manage referees wherever it be in the world. I think I've got a lot to offer. It's a shame I can't do anything in the EPL, obviously because of, you know, listen, it's the management there's got their own objectives, and not necessarily that I agree with the way they're leading and directing their referees at the moment. We've got some really good referees in the Premier League, but unfortunately, I think there's a lack of training, education, coaching, and obviously leadership and direction. But listen, I think if there's one thing I think that I miss is coaching somewhere around the world referees, because I know me and I have a little small team that make a massive difference to wherever we were or wherever we went.
Mark, do you think the retired referees should be in the VAR room to make the decisions?
Yes, I do. I think the time has come. You know, in the EPL, we see active referees refereeing on a Saturday, and then they go into the VAR bunker the next day. And you don't get professional footballers doing one game one day and then going to do another game another day. It's tough work sitting in front of a screen for, you know, for what, an hour, almost, was it 90 minutes, 90 plus minutes? I think it's difficult, and I think we need that. You need your active officials that actively referee, and we need ex-retired referees just being VAR.
Yeah, I think you are right, because I think
I really do think that has to happen. I mean that's one thing I would bring in as well. I would, you know, wherever, if I was in the EPL, I would that would be one of my first things. Is you have your active referees and you have your retired referees doing VAR, you know, doing the VAR. But and also it's that, you know, at the moment, I mean, since its implementation in the Premier League, you can't say that VAR has been the best in the EPL, because we're still seeing so many inconsistencies with when they review an incident or when they don't review an incident. You know, you look at the Harry Kane challenge, you know, the Tottenham Liverpool game on Robinson. You've got to say to yourself, hang on a minute, that's a clear and obvious error. How has that not been recommended for review? How? And yet, you know, Robinson takes a little kick out and that gets reviewed and he gets sent off and Harry Kane don't. So there's still more training education to be done with VAR regarding the EPL, because I'm not sure that we're following the protocols to the full, and that comes from the leadership and direction and the training and education. And that's why I think you need, you know, a set of professional active referees and a set of professional ex-referees at Stockley Park. Or another thing that I think that should happen is that it shouldn't go from Stockley Park. The VAR operatives should be with the team at the ground. So they sit in the truck. You have all these trucks that are in the car park, you know, feeding all the live TV all the way through. But they should be with their team at the hotel prior to going into the ground in the same bus, you know, talking. They're a team. They work together. They stay with each other. And then obviously the active referees go into the change room, and then obviously the VAR referee and assistant, they go into the TV truck in the car park, and they work from there.
Yeah, And Mark, I would like to ask you about the game. The referees, I think they reviewed the decision at halftime. Yeah.
No, well, no, because you're not allowed. You're not allowed to. You don't have TVs in the dressing room. You're not allowed TVs in the dressing room. But you're soon told if you've made a mistake coming off at half time. They review it. The clubs and the players review it, but we don't. But we soon get told.
Yeah, I think Mark Littenberg said in the Champions League final 2016, Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid. He said at halftime we reviewed the decisions. We saw that we gave Real Madrid an offside goal. So we make up for Atletico Madrid and we give them a penalty, but they missed it.
Oh.
So when a referee gets the decision wrong, do you think he'll try to make up for the other team?
Well, listen, I'm obviously not aware of what Mark Clattenburg said, but I can only go by myself, and I have to say, I mean, that's nonsense. I mean, there's absolutely no way on earth would I watch an incident at halftime and say that I've got it wrong and then make it up to the other team. I'm sorry, that for me, absolutely, categorically, no way on earth. Categorically, no.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision to just choose what you see. I think that's the best solution.
Absolutely. I remember refereeing at the Etihad against Man City, Aston Villa, and Martin O'Neill was in charge. And I awarded a penalty against Aston Villa. The goalkeeper come out and just went through one of the City players, and I pointed to the spot, give a penalty. And I just knew, just before half time, and I knew Martin O'Neill and his assistant John Robinson would be waiting for me in the tunnel. And I just knew it. And obviously, because I always used to say, I mean, we see, one thing I don't like at present is managers storming onto the pitch and berating the referee. We've got to stop that, because it's not good. It's not good for the youngsters that are watching the game, and it's just not good for the game. And I always used to say at the exchange of the team sheets, if you've got a problem with me or my assistants, do not come onto the field of play. See me in the tunnel or come and see me in my dressing room after the game. And then what went on in my dressing room stayed in my dressing room. It didn't go anywhere else. And I remember coming off at half time, Martin O'Neill listening to what I said, waited for me at the bottom of the tunnel and absolutely berated me, for giving this penalty. And John Robinson absolutely berated me. I'm not going to say what was said, because it's not, what he said to me and what I said to them. Obviously, I go into my dressing room, we sit down, we have a cup of tea. All of a sudden, there's a knock on my dressing room door, knock on the door. John Robinson, I said, "Come in, John." I said, "Don't, John. I don't want you in." He said, "No, Mark. All I want to do, we've seen the incident, and we owe you an apology, because it's absolutely nailed on penalty." I said, "Thanks very much, John," and off he went. So I think that's the sort of respect you get from people, even though they were shouting me down the tunnel, they said a few things to me, and I said a few things back to them, which I can't repeat on this podcast. So that's what happens. And but to say that we go and watch, or I mean, listen, I don't know what Mark done, but I know what I done is that I would never. We would never. There were tellies in the dressing room, but you were never allowed to put them on. I imagine some would, but I would never. And to go and even something up that you think you got wrong is utterly nonsense.
Yeah. And about your profile picture on Twitter, I like it with Drogba. Yeah, it sounds
Drogba,
yeah, a very beautiful picture. Yeah. Tell us more about it.
Listen, I mean, I always remember. We always know what Didier was like. A wonderful, wonderful player. Great on the pitch. He would have a moan too, but listen, there were times where you've got to have those moments where something happens and he's not happy with you and you're not happy with him, and all of a sudden you put your hand out, you pull him up, and you share a smile and you share a little joke with each other. And listen, I had many times like that. Many players put their arm around me. Many players, put their hands on my face, and there's not a problem with that, because that goes to show there's respect. There's respect, and you've got to have that. We're all one big football family. We're all one big football family, and we've got to work together. Not keep pulling away from each other. We've got to work together.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. It was a great pleasure to speak with you. I enjoyed every moment every second in this interview. Yeah, I like it, and you are an honest man and a
Listen,
great referee.
I think that's the problem. I'm too honest at times, my friend. That's the problem. But listen, if any referees out there need any help whatsoever, they know where I am. So waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, have a great day, my friend. Have a great day.
Have
Enjoy.
a great day. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.